as you can see from the title, there's some Sega stuff involved, and every time I see Sega stuff, I'm just like, I'm super happy because I mean, especially not. I mean, I like Dreamcast and everything, but going back to like the Genesis, I never had a Master System, but before, but I picked one up at a yard sale like 3 months ago, and it's grown on me. And you know, at first I wasn't so attached to it. I was just like, I didn't really know if I wanted to collect for it, but you know, there's some good stuff on there. And that yard sale for $20, I got the system and a whole lot of good games. And so I go into the thrift stores. This is a Goodwill, which I find stuff in Goodwill, but it's gonna be like $4 or $5 a game. I mean, for the right game, that's fine, but for this, usually a lot of the old stuff, I'm just like, especially if I'm not even sure what the game is like, it's hard, especially coming from the yard sales where you can, for $5, you could probably buy 5 games or more. But I go into the thrift store and they have a glass case that's set up so you can see from different angles, and I saw this. Our little friend Mortal Kombat, which I'm not a big fan of Mortal Kombat, but when I saw this, I was like, oh my goodness. I was hoping there was more, and as I approached the case, you see they stack up like DVDs and yeah, mostly DVDs and sometimes boxed PC games in this case, so multiple rows. And so I thought that everything next to it was DVDs, but as I approached, I realized the whole back row looked like this. The little black tab, and they were all Sega cases, Genesis Master System cases. And, you know, this is like the second time this has ever happened to me at a thrift store where there's just games just like bam right in front of your face, and you could just, oh man, my heart just pops out of my chest, my blood pressure drops, drains from my face, and suddenly I can feel like my heart going boom boom. Well, if it fell out of my chest, I guess I couldn't feel it, but it just feels like my chest burst open and my blood pressure drops. To give you a gory sense of the image. But yeah, the whole back row, and you know, actually there were 4 empty cases, but you know, there were cases that, one case I think I already had. This is actually empty. Had its manual, has its registration card. In like, these games are like in really sharp condition. There were some manuals that weren't, but like, there's not, these manuals are never even taken out. They're just in super sharp condition. There's no like fringes or whatever marks on the edges of the label here. It's like these were just unopened, the game taken out, and yeah, I mean all the games pretty much are like this. A lot more of the Genesis ones, but yeah. So let's see what I got. So we got, let's see, I'll pick up this stack first. The Ninja. All these games are complete. So, I mean, some of them even have, this one feels heavier, I bet it has its, yeah, has a poster in it. Let's see what this thing's like. I bet it's the same poster I've seen before. Yeah. No, this is Afterburner. Oh, that's sweet. I think I have this one actually. Check that out. was playing a lot of Afterburner Climax on the PS3, and wasn't a fan of the series until I played that one in the arcade. So this is pretty cool. And like I said, it's like I mean, it's not like you have to use all the posters that come with games, but this is like right off the printing press, like sharp corners. No, game manual. I mean, this was either owned by a collector or some guy who maybe the woman in his life made him throw it away, or the special person in his life or her life. That would suck. But anyways, the Ninja, Thunderblade. This one looks like it could be fun. It's a shmup. Afterburner. So I'm gonna have a. There we go. No, there's no poster. No poster. I don't even know if there would be one, but Afterburner. Enduro Racer. Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with Enduro on the Atari, but I got a poster before of like the one I saw you saw before. On the back of that Afterburner poster, it shows all the games that are coming out or are available at the time, and Enduro Racer was one of them, and I was attracted to it because of the word Enduro, because I was thinking in my head, maybe it's like Enduro, but I think that game was made by Activision, and there's no brand on here other than Sega, but I'm still interested in checking out this one. The empty case of Mortal Kombat and Shinobi. That's stack one. Let's see. This would be a much better find if it had the game, but no game. But like I said, everything's in like super sharp condition. So I don't know if this is anything, and I think it's related to the Shining Force series. My brother had Shining Force 2 back in the day, and I played that. I'm not an RPG fan, but I've been giving one more of a chance now that I've been finding the games again. So if I ever find the game for this, maybe. I don't know. We'll see if I hold on to it. I don't know. Ghostbusters. Is there a cool poster here? Yes. Let's see what this one is. I think I've seen this one online before. This one actually has a little smudge on the plastic, but I bet you can clean that off. Yeah, this is the classic Sega Master System poster that I remember. Space Harrier, Alex Kidd, or Adventure Island Dude, Outrun, Missile Command, I don't know, Basketball Dude. Seeing this old stuff, you know. So, let's see what we got. Wonder Boy 3, Dragon's Trap. This one feels heavy. There's the password. Somebody's passwords. Landstalker, which I think I played on an emulator before, and I didn't really like the control, but I'll give it a whirl. Has everything with it, so. Choplifter. This one feels heavy too. Alex Kidd in Miracle World. Right. That's that too. Now, there's going to be some Genesis games here, and the first one is Sonic 2, but there's no game, but I love Sonic 2, and the condition of this case, I wasn't starting off getting these games thinking I'd be like a collector, but if I see something in better condition than my own, I'll pick it up. And this is just like immaculate. It's just sharp and it's perfect. I feel like framing this thing. It's so perfect. Enough of me gushing over Sonic 2. Golden Axe. And R-Type. Bam! The future! Yeah, as you can see from the... Maybe not, but I was thinking that you could see the blinds. Power. You need it to run a camera. So, anyways, what I was saying before was, I haven't looked into it yet, but some of these Sega Master System games that I've gotten, well, only twice really, have blue labels. Where is the one? Some of them have blue labels, and I have another one of these R-Types which has no Sega for the new generation. I don't know. Maybe they're later releases or something, or because these ones have red. I'm pretty sure they're all American because they all say the Sega of America on the back and everything. Sort of a Million. This was the last game which didn't have last box which didn't have the game, but I actually already have the game. So and this one's in spectacular condition. Strider. Had this game, but again, it was in spectacular condition. Yeah, I mean, that was a really good deal, and like I said, it was at Goodwill, and they have promotions going on now, or if you buy 4 things, you get the 5th one free, but she ended up like, well, whatever. I found a game case in the same store for Game Boy Color, and thought that was pretty cool, but when I brought it up to the register, she ended up not charging me, and I noticed this after I left the store. So, anyways, I thought I'd pick this up, but I ended up getting it for free, which is pretty cool. Then I went to another thrift store, and I had found something I've been wanting for a while, just because I saw it online, and I was curious about it, and because it looked like it was something that would make it easier to control N64 games, because I never subscribed to the whole 2-position thing for the N64. I always held it like a normal controller, which was right hand, left hand, not switch to middle to use your thumb for the analog stick in the center, and those stupid C buttons. Then again, I didn't have GoldenEye, wasn't much of a fan of that from what I played at like a Blockbuster, but I saw this, and these things normally I think go for like $20, $30. I ended up getting this one for $5, so I was pretty happy with that. And feels pretty natural where my thumb is on the stick, and it's tight. I'm pretty sure like this, I probably wouldn't play Mario Party on it, but even so, I bet this thing would last longer than a normal stock N64 controller. This is a pretty good pickup, and have a good day. It's funny when you get to the end of the season, and there was literally like 2 yard sales. Well, there were estate sales, but you see pretty much everyone who does the game every weekend. They go out all the Saturdays, and everyone was in a line pretty much at this one yard sale or estate sale as it opened. And so the players in your town, and you recognize everybody, and they recognize you, and you can size them up. But yeah, I didn't like it at all. I would like to pretty much remain anonymous, considering how I pretty much stay in my one town, but sometimes branching out. But yeah, can't wait till it actually starts up again. Or actually, not really. I'm kind of tired. I like playing my games staying in late on Saturdays. So, new season brings new finds. So, we shall see.